So this pose this morning is a particular favourite, viparita karani, waterfall pose. It's a really beautiful, restful pose, and it's said to have all the same benefits as your shoulder stand. It is an inversion, but not as challenging as what our shoulder stand is, because we're going to keep the whole of the back body on the mat. So where do we start? Our viparita karani is also known as legs up wall pose, which always reminds me of a burlesque act for some reason. So I've got a block handy here, so you might like to use that a little later. We're going to first of all come to Dandasana, because our viparita karani is effectively our Dandasana, but just at a different, a slightly different gravitational forces in action. So we're going to come all the way down onto our backs, bend the knees, bring the heels up to the butt. So right now, I can feel my whole back body on the earth. I'm going to tuck my chin slightly so that I can feel the length of the neck on the earth. If your shoulder blades are digging into the floor a little bit, lift your elbows or press your elbows slightly to lift them, and you can tuck your wings away, and that way you can feel the whole back body onto the earth. Now, this has to be one of the most lovely and most simple postures, because all we have to do is create our Dandasana from here. Ta-da! So here's our Dandasana. Soles of the feet towards the sky, that whole beautiful back body pressed into the earth, and you can feel that elongation of the spine all the way from the base of the skull all the way down to the tailbone. So this is feeling really, really good. So I've got a wall just here. If you've got a wall in your available to you, you can squirrel your butt all the way up to the wall and oops, lose one of your balls. And you can stay here in this posture. That was my back being stuck to the floor for a long period of time. It's a really, really beautiful inversion. So you can have the arms out to the side and just relax down. You might even like to take the arms over the head and feel a little bit more of an opening through the chest. And this, with the legs up the wall, that gives you a really good opportunity to feel that the legs being perpendicular to the body. So it's a really, really great feeling. So I'm just going to come back to the mat. Very, very stylish dismount, as one might say. And I'm going to show you a variation of our viparita karani, and it's a supported variation, so using our block. So what I want you to do is bring the heels up to the butt, and you can slightly lift the butt from the floor, so a little bit of supta, our bridge pose there. And then I'm going to lower the sacrum onto the block. So the whole pelvic girdle is actually resting on the block. What we don't want to do is put it under the back here. You want to move it down almost towards the tailbone. So it feels really solid. This should feel like, oh, I could just rest here for ages. We're going to allow the hands just to float down by the side body, and then one leg at a time, or both legs, lifting the heels up towards the sky. You can draw the toes back towards the face. You might need to find a little bit of length in the back body there. And again, shoulder blades are tucked away. You can take a slight bend in the knees here. So bringing the knees back towards the chest and just relaxing the toes at this point. And you should feel quite comfortable and quite able to stay here for any length of time. So again, all the benefits that come up in this posture, or that are available for you in this posture, are very similar to that of your shoulder stand. So we are in an inversion, so a really relaxing posture, a recovery, a little bit of lowering the heart rate, getting rid of any anxiety, enabling you to take some lovely long deep breaths. And you should find this pose quite relaxing. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, simply drop the heels back down towards the mat, press both feet into the earth, lift up from your supported bridge pose. You can remove the block and lower the back body all the way down to the earth, and extend the feet out. I think it's a really lovely posture to take right before our Shavasana, into your viparita karani, to your Shavasana. It just lends itself to, once you've rested the body in that inversion, coming down and feeling the full benefit of that inversion in your corpse pose or Shavasana. So you can stay here as long as you like, and then eventually bringing the knees into the chest, rolling to one side, being kind to the self as you lift the self back up. And that is our viparita karani, our waterfall pose, a lovely inversion to finish off practice.